When I got to high school, Palos Verdes Peninsula High was brand new. Before then, they had two different high schools. They consolidated them together. And I was part of what they called the charter class. It was a big-ass fucking high school, I'll tell you what. Maybe, 3,500 kids in the whole class. It was a massive-ass high school. Beautiful girls. The worst experience that I had, well, there were two funny experiences that I had. The worst one was in this English class where I fell in love, really in love, for the first time, with a girl, a Greek girl. Brown hair, long brown hair. And she was so kind. And I just fell head over heels for her. To impress her, in this English class where we were studying Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, of all things, I screamed at the teacher and said that Romeo was a homosexual, over and over and over again. Some people laughed, some people screamed, and everybody was outraged. But the girl, my Greek girl who I adored, laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed, and I loved to make her laugh. Oh my God, I loved to make her laugh. Oh. Now, another idiotic thing that there was some faggots. Now, these were faggots that I had known back when I was in that, what I told you about before, that prep school, you know, the private school that I went to, Rolling Hills Country Day School. And there was a kid, one kid was named Scott and one kid was named Josh, and they were homos. And they tried to make me join their homo club. Ah! It was interesting. Well, another interesting thing that happened was I got kicked out of that English class for being so disruptive. And they put me into a class. I think I mentioned that fellow I was having so much trouble getting along with. That Arab guy. I can't remember what his name was. I mentioned his name, but I'm not going to mention his name again. I don't like to mention people's names. But I got put into a class, a different English class, still studying Shakespeare. And at the time, I couldn't stand Shakespeare because I had enough trouble understanding what was going on in my own life as a teenager without trying to understand William Shakespeare's bizarre thou shalt and thee and do and how, what the fuck he was talking about. And she was trying to cram it down our throats, this lady. She was almost a teenager herself. She was only 22 years old herself. She hated me. I don't blame her. I was ruining her life. But she was also ruining mine. And when she put me into this other class with this other man who I was in a life or death struggle with. He had a car, by the way. One day he tried to drive me over with his car. Well, I wasn't so concerned about that. I just missed my Greek girl. That was the first time I fell in love.